has returned, born of the same fire that gave rise to my reign.
Hello and welcome to Games Radar Plus's video review of Just Cause 3. My name's Justin Towell, I'm the reviews editor at Games Radar Plus, and I'm joined by Phil Savage from PCGamer, who has reviewed the game for us. Hi Phil.
Hi there, Justin.
Okay, so I haven't personally played Just Cause 3 yet. Tell me, what kind of game is it, and what do you spend most of your time doing in it?
What you spend most of your time doing it is blowing things up.
Oh.
It's if you play Just Cause 2, you'll sort of know the format, and that is you play as Rico, Rico Rodriguez, and his job is to come into a place and overthrow the dictator that has taken it over.
And he does this by blowing things up.
By blowing things up. In Just Cause 3, he's returning to his homeland, essentially, a place called Medici.
Right.
It's hard to get a feel for where it is exactly, because the island is sort of very varied, as in Just Cause 2. It's not a realistic place.
Yeah, sure.
Know, there are temperate areas, there are snowy areas, and whatever.
Oh, lovely.
But throughout it, as pretty as it is, are these white and red buildings, and they sort of mark the infrastructure of Di Ravello, who is the dictator who has taken over.
So just like real life then?
Yeah, just like you make sure that all of your satellites and your transformers and all of your things are well marked so that someone can come in and shoot them and blow them up and so on. Okay,
so do you spend all your time just blowing stuff up? How's the game paced?
You sort of do, and that's kind of the problem is... the way it's easiest to compare to Just Cause 2, and the way Just Cause 2 worked was you'd go in and you'd blow some things up, and that would build chaos, which would unlock like a main mission quest that you could go on.
Yeah.
In Just Cause 3, they've removed the two, so you can go on the quests, and that's fine, quite nicely structured in some ways. And then for the rest of it, the actual open world element, settlements. Build a place around the place and sort of divided into provinces, and you're just you're kind of the janitor more than you are this regime change expert. You go in and you clear out all of these buildings and pieces of infrastructure, you capture the territory, and you just sort of keep doing it over and over again.
Okay, so I mean, can you ignore all this stuff that you're meant to do? Can you just go and have fun?
You can sort of for brief periods, but the unlocks are all sort of tied into the territories, this capture system. So if you want to unlock the best versions of the tools, and there are some great tools there. I mean, you've got this tether that you can attach two things to. You've got these infinite C4s that you can place everywhere. You can jump in helicopters and you have cars, and all of this stuff is sort of great, this flitting between kind of explosive acts. That's a lot of fun, but then eventually you sort of see the limitations, and you kind of, okay, well, I can get better tethers with a stronger retraction that will let me fling guards about and fling explosive barrels into whatever I desire.
Yeah.
Or even if you want to unlock the ability to aim down sights, so you can better shoot things.
Wow.
You've got to actually capture territory and unlock challenges, and then complete the challenges, which are just these basic mini games like point-to-point time trial, driving races, or wingsuit challenges. There's a lot of going through rings in the world.
Right. So I mean, does it all feel like busy work, or does it feel like genuinely great fun?
It starts to feel like busy work is the problem. So you've got to collect these gears from these challenges and use those to unlock things.
Yeah.
And then at various points, like missions will just stop, and it will say, okay, you need to capture 4 provinces if you want to progress the story. And that's a lot of work. Like, there could be like 4 to 7 settlements in a province. You've got to capture 4 provinces.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you just end up, if you want to progress, going between settlement to settlement to settlement, just blowing up the same few things. And it becomes, the world just starts to feel really kind of sterile. It feels really staged. Like there's no interaction with the world other than shooting it or blowing it up, and that's fun for a while, but you just need something more.
Yeah, sure. I mean, does the story give you anything at the end? Do you feel like it's worth playing through for the story?
Not particularly. Like, the story it's fun in places. It's weirdly atonal. Sometimes it goes for very deep pathos. Sometimes, there's the comic relief character, Rico's best friend, but occasionally it will be like, okay, now we have to have serious talks about revolution, and it's like,
right, yeah.
I don't quite know where you're going with this.
Sure.
Basically, the story, the campaign's main achievement is, rather than fighting endless waves of enemies, it will sort of stage things a bit. It will give you specific set pieces and configurations that are slightly interesting to fight. But as you go through, what you'll find is, more often than not, what you're asked to do is go from one place to another while protecting another player or a vehicle or something. And that kind of doesn't really gel with the sort of explosive action. It's like, well, okay, I don't want to be worrying about this person if I want to go off and take over that helicopter and shoot these guys and do that. It's all very at odds with each other.
Sure, okay. So, what have you scored the game?
I've given it 3 stars.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Phil. Well, if you'd like to read Phil's full written review, you'll find it on Games Radar Plus via the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned to Games Radar Plus for more reviews, news, features and tips. Thanks for watching.